Welcome to your complete step-by-step roadmap for performing Hajj al-Tamattu in 2026. We are going to map out exactly where you need to be, what you need to recite, and the physical realities of the journey ahead. Step 1 is packing, and the constraints are strict. You are limited to exactly 2 cargo bags at 20 kilograms each, plus 1 7-kilogram carry-on. Take a screenshot of this layout so you have your target weights ready. Beyond your luggage, your daily movement depends on a few specific administrative items. Keep exactly 500 riyals on hand for immediate expenses, and always carry your Mina card and Metro Pass. Without these, navigating the checkpoints is nearly impossible. Before you board your flight, you'll enter the state of Ihram and begin reciting the foundational prayer of this journey, the Talbiyah. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Here I am, O Allah, here I am. You will repeat this phrase constantly until the stoning rituals begin. Mastering these logistical details early is deliberate. By locking down your baggage limits, passes, and initial prayers before you even leave home, you eliminate travel anxiety. Your mind is cleared, allowing you to focus entirely on the spiritual work ahead. Once you arrive in Makkah and rest, your Umrah begins. You will step into Masjid al-Haram with your right foot and recite the entrance prayer. Bismillahi wa salati wa salamu ala rasuliyah. Allahumma ghfir li zanubi waftali abwaba rahmatika. You are asking Allah to forgive your sins and open the doors of His mercy. From there, you proceed directly to the Kaaba. Your tawaf starts at the Hajar al-Aswad, the black stone. You must complete 7 anti-clockwise circles around the Kaaba. As the crowd swells, navigating this space requires real patience and stamina. This diagram breaks down the physical reality of those 7 rounds. If you manage to perform your tawaf down on the mataf, the ground level, each round is roughly 150 to 200 meters. That puts your total walking distance between 1.2 and 1.5 kilometers. However, if the ground floor is full and you are routed to the upper levels or wheelchair areas, the perimeter expands. Up here, those same 7 rounds will require you to walk nearly 3.5 kilometers. After finishing tawaf and praying 2 rakats, you'll drink Zamzam water in 3 sips. Then you move to the sa'i, walking between the hills of Safa and Marwa 7 times. This adds another 3.15 kilometers of walking to your day. Once you complete the 7th round at Marwa, you will undergo halaq, shaving or cutting the hair. At this exact moment, your Umrah is officially complete and you can change back into your normal clothes. These combined steps, the kilometers of walking, the specific prayers, and the final haircut, conclude the Umrah portion of your journey. You've met the physical and spiritual requirements, leaving you prepared for the 5 days of Hajj. On the evening of May 24th, the 7th of Zulhijjah, your preparation shifts. Because standard bus services to the Haram stop during this period, you will bathe and put on your ihram garments directly in your hotel room. Before leaving for Mina, you pray 2 rakat nafil and declare your formal intention. Read this dua. Allahumma inni uridul hajja, fayayassirhu li wa taqabbelhu minni. O Allah, I intend to perform Hajj, so make it easy for me and accept it from me. This brings us to day 1 of Hajj, the 8th of Zulhijjah. You will travel roughly 13 kilometers from Mecca to Mina. Once you arrive in this massive city of tents, your primary requirement is to stay in your camp and perform your 5 daily prayers, starting with Zuhr. Mina intentionally strips away worldly individuality. Sleeping in dense, uniform tents side by side with strangers removes all markers of wealth or status. It is a necessary physical equalizer before you stand before God the following morning. Day 2, the 9th of Dhul-Hijjah, is the day of Arafat. If you miss being here, you miss Hajj. Millions of pilgrims travel 12 kilometers from Mina to stand together on these rocky plains. Your timeline here is strict. From the moment Zuhr begins until the sun sets at Maghrib, you dedicate every second to prayer. This is the day of ultimate forgiveness, where you ask for everything you need in this life and the next. The exact moment the sun sets, the logistics pivot immediately. You must leave Arafat and travel 6 kilometers back toward Muzdalifah. Do not stop to pray Maghrib at Arafat. You are required to keep moving. When you reach the borders of Muzdalifa, you will finally stop to combine your Maghrib and Isha prayers. Here, you collect your 70 stones for the coming days, and then, following the sunnah, you rest directly on the ground under the open sky until Fajr. Moving directly from the intense, pleading focus of Arafat to a night spent resting on the dirt in Muzdalifa creates a sharp contrast. You are required to balance these two extremes, the peak of spiritual concentration followed by a night of physical simplicity. Day 3 is the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. From Muzdalifa, you return to Mina and proceed to the Jamarat. In this massive multi-level structure, you will throw exactly 7 stones, specifically targeting the largest pillar, known as Jamarat al-Aqaba. Immediately after stoning, a rapid sequence of tasks begins. You check your Nusuk app to confirm your Qurbani sacrifice is complete. Once confirmed, you undergo halaq to cut your hair, stop reciting the Talbiyah, change back into regular clothes, and travel to Mecca to perform Tawaf al-Ziyarah and Sa'i. On days 4 and 5, your routine settles into a specific rhythm. Each afternoon, after Zawal, you return to the Jamarat to perform Rami. You will throw 7 stones at the small, middle, and large pillars, totaling 21 stones each day. Once the stoning days are complete and you are ready to depart Mecca, you have one final obligation. You must perform the Tawaf al-Wida, the farewell Tawaf. This is a mandatory ritual done just before crossing the city limits. While the stoning rituals at the Jamarat are a physical rejection of temptation, the farewell Tawaf is your final act of commitment. These circles around the Kaaba conclude your pilgrimage, marking your transition from the sacred sites back to the world outside. If you execute these steps, you will have successfully mapped out and completed the physical and spiritual marathon of Hajj 2026. But the journey usually includes a final phase. Most pilgrims travel north to Medina to visit Masjid an-Nabawi, the Prophet's mosque. While here, you face a specific spiritual challenge, attempting to pray 40 consecutive prayers in the mosque without missing a single one. Taking 8 full days, completing this task brings a promise of protection against hypocrisy and the fires of hell. Before you begin packing, make sure to screenshot the distance charts and dua screens from this video. Subscribe to our channel for more guides, and please keep the creator of this timeline, BQ Rockman, and his parents in your prayers. The discipline and prayers you practice over these days are intended to stay with you long after you return home. By following this roadmap, you establish a structure of worship that serves as a guide for the rest of your life.